Hey friends, and welcome back to Let's Eat. Today I've got 3 quick and easy ground beef dinners for fall. These are some of my absolute favorites. We're going to go ahead and start off with the Pioneer Woman's Sour Cream Noodle Bake. Actually, I can probably eat these meals all year long. Anything with cheese, pasta, and beef, I'm in, count me in. These are so quick, simple, and easy. These are going to be a staple in your house, I promise you, if you haven't tried them already. This recipe calls for 1 1/4 pounds of ground chuck, 1 15-ounce can of tomato sauce, a half teaspoon of salt, freshly ground black pepper, 8 ounces of egg noodles, 1/2 cup of sour cream, and 1 1/4 cup of small curd cottage cheese, 1/2 cup of sliced green onions, and 1 cup of grated sharp cheddar cheese. Now, the one thing that I love about each of these 3 meals is you can absolutely kind of gear these towards what you like. For instance, I didn't use all the beef that it called for. I just used 1 pound. Also, along with the can of tomato sauce, I only used probably 2/3 of it. Now, this is just going to depend on if you like yours a little bit thicker or if you want it a little bit saucier. You can definitely dial it down if you want to. Also, I did not have any green onions. I thought I had some, and then when I went to the store to get the rest of the stuff, I was like, nah, I've got it. And clearly I didn't. So this is just your friendly reminder to go ahead and double check all of your ingredients at home. But this is very simple. What you're going to do is brown your beef. You're going to add any seasonings that you want along with your tomato sauce and get your noodles going. I like to go ahead and add the other ingredients in a separate bowl. It just makes it a lot easier to combine later on. You're going to go ahead and add your cottage cheese and your sour cream to this bowl. This is where you would put the green onions in, but I didn't have them. But go ahead and add that to your bowl, and then once your noodles have cooked about a little bit al dente, because you're going to bake this for a little bit as well, go ahead and add your noodles to that mixture as well. And then into your greased baking dish, you're going to go ahead and add your noodles down first, and then you're going to layer your meat mixture on top. Then spread all of that yummy cheese all over the top of that mixture. You're going to go ahead and cover that with foil and pop that into the oven at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. And then when it comes out, it is so bubbly and cheesy and yummy. And I promise you that even though you layered it in this baking dish, it all is going to kind of melt together. All of those flavors are going to come to one, and it is so creamy, so decadent. I know this is a very popular dish, and probably everybody has tried this by now, but if you haven't, I highly suggest that you do so, especially if you like just yummy, warm comfort meals. This is definitely one of my go-tos for comfort meals. Again, as I said earlier, I could eat this all year long. This is also one of the dishes that Ruben actually likes. There is a handful that he's not really fond of, but all 3 of these dishes in today's video is something that he will eat, and that is hands down something that just makes me clearly happy. If this is your first time here, and if you don't know me, Ruben is my man. He's not my son. He's not a child. But yeah, he's a grown man, and he will eat this, and he's very picky. So that makes me happy when I get to make stuff like this, because I know it's not going to go to waste. Also, these dishes are my favorites because they're very good the next day to be heated up if I want to take it to work, or if I just want to eat it for lunch the next day at home, or I can just make it again for dinner the next night. Just go ahead and reheat it up. It's so good, so delicious, and these flavors, you guys, oh my gosh, it's just so amazing, all of them together. And for your side, you can definitely do a little side salad. I did not do that on this night. I just really went I went country on this, you guys. I am from the country, and there's nothing better than a big old hunk of French bread with butter on it, and that's what I went for. But totally, you can do whatever it is that your little heart desires. But I also wanted to say welcome. This is only like my 2nd video on this channel, and I want to say thank you so much for all of your support, everybody that's come and watched. It means so much to me. This is just like a new little venture for me for this channel, and I'm just so excited. So my name is Mandy. I live in Virginia. I have a couple other YouTube channels, and those are actually linked in the description box if you want to go and check those out. I do work full-time as well. I've got 2 boys. They are that, well, they will be 25 and 26 here in the next couple of months. My oldest son is making me a grandmother for the first time. She is due in less than 30 days. So I've got that to look forward to. And yeah, just living my life and spreading all this good food knowledge your way. If you guys have any suggestions on anything that you want to see, or if you guys just want to tell me some of your favorite fall comfort meals, please go ahead and drop those in the comment section below. I would love to see all of your suggestions and all of your favorites, but this is what it looks like when it comes right out of the oven, so hot and bubbly. I could not wait to get my hands on this and to eat because I had been smelling it for so long. It was so delicious and so yummy. I hope you guys try this. If you do, come back and make sure to let me know. Look how delicious that is. You just can't go wrong with meat, cheese, and pasta. You just can't. It's the best. Next up, we've got some good old crock-pot cubed steak. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is something that I remember eating from way back when I was little. My grandmother used to do this, and she actually would do this on a skillet, not in a crock pot. But you're going to go ahead and grab yourself a pack of cubed steak. You're going to put a liner in your crock pot because we are not psychopaths. You're going to go ahead and drop all of your little patties in here, and go ahead and grab your ingredients as well. I used 2 cans of beef broth, and I also mixed my stuff on the side, and you're going to see why that's so important here in just a second, because I made a little boo-boo. Okay, I made a little boo-boo. Again, just go ahead and with your beef broth, your can of creamy mushroom condensed soup. And here I'm going to show you where I was going to add some brown gravy and a pack of Lipton, the Soup Secrets, like the French onion mix that you mix with everything. So this is how this all goes. And this is usually something that happens to me all the time. So this is another reason why I like to mix everything in a separate bowl. I'm going to go ahead and put my mushroom soup in, my 2 cans of my beef broth, and then I went ahead and opened up my package of what I thought was the French onion soup mix. And as soon as I did it, I knew that that was not right. It was some oodles and noodles. And this is the reason why you don't take stuff out of the boxes and just stack them in your little cabinets, because you don't know what it is. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh man. And I decided I'm going to leave that in there. I wasn't going to leave it in there because I didn't want y'all to think I didn't know what I was doing, but this is real life. This is just how it happens. I painstakingly dug every little noodle out of that bowl. It took me forever, but I did it. There is not one noodle that went into that casserole after I was done. But I went ahead and added my brown gravy mix and nixed the French onion soup mix because clearly I didn't have any. I thought that's what it was, but it wasn't. And we're going to go ahead and dump that all over our meat in the crock pot. I set mine on high for 4 hours because I can't set this before I go to work because it'll be there too long. So I start this when I come home. So I need to have it done quickly. And on this day, I went ahead and just paired that with a side of yummy green beans. And I served mine over rice. Normally I do this over mashed potatoes, but I was the only one home this night, and I didn't want to do a whole thing of mashed potatoes just for myself, and it was just as delicious. Last but not least, of course, I had to do $1 Million Spaghetti. This is all over the internet. I have made this so many times over the last couple of years. It is hands down one of my absolute favorites. It's so easy, simple, and quick to make. You're going to go ahead and start with 1 pound of ground beef. Go ahead and season that with whatever you like. I used some garlic, and I'm not afraid of saying that. I had no garlic, and that's just all I had. So that's what I used. I used some garlic. I also added some of the Kinder's caramelized onion butter seasoning. My gosh, you guys, that is so, so good. And I added some Italian seasoning to that as well. You're going to go ahead and let that sit and marinate together for just a little bit. Then you're going to add a jar of your favorite spaghetti sauce. I'm a Prego girl. I like the one flavored with meat, but of course you can use whatever it is that you would like. After you let that sit for a minute or so, you're going to add a whole block of cream cheese. Yes, an entire block of cream cheese. Let that hang out for just a second. While you've got that going in your pot on the side, you're going to go ahead and add your noodles. With this dish, I love angel hair pasta. I actually love angel hair pasta more than any other kind of spaghetti type of pasta, if that makes sense. It's just so delicate, and I feel like I don't get as full if I eat angel hair pasta. I don't know, it makes total sense in my brain. But after you've got that in the pot and you have that starting to boil, you're going to go ahead and make sure that you get all of this meat mixture sauce very, very combined. You don't want any clumps left over from the cream cheese. Also, you're going to be adding some sour cream as well, and this is another dish that you can hone it down and just dial it into whatever you or your family likes. I don't put a ton of sour cream in this one, just a little couple dollops of Daisy. I make sure that all of that gets mixed up really well, and I have this on medium to low heat. Once you let this sit and get all nice and married together, you're going to drain and add your pasta. You can go ahead and just add it to the same dish because you will be transferring this into a baking dish as well. I'm going to go ahead and top this with mozzarella and Parmesan cheese. You can really use any cheese that you want to, but this is what the recipe calls for, and this is actually the way that I like it best when I do make this dish. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Once you have all of this in your baking dish topped with cheese, you're going to throw that in there for about 30 to 40 minutes or until it's hot and bubbly. Go ahead and make sure to check it around 20 minutes just to make sure that your cheese is browning. If it's browning too quickly, then just go ahead and put a piece of tin foil over the top of it and wait for about 15 minutes before cutting, and then you can serve it. I went ahead and added a side of really nice crispy garlic bread with mine. You can add anything that you would like for your side. Also, pretty much every one of these meals that I did today involved cheese. And don't forget to go ahead and pay your cheese tax if you have a little fur baby around. I know it's not the best thing in the world, but he sits and he watches me make these all the time, and I just have to give him a little pinch. So I always have to pay my cheese tax to him because, you know, he's my co-pilot. He is my sous chef at times, and I need to make sure I'm doing things right. So also I wanted to say before I throw this in here, I also put some Italian seasoning on top. It just makes it look really nice and bougie once it comes out, and I'm all here for the nice and bougie look. This is another dish that is amazing for leftovers. I always have leftovers of this, and we pretty much all the time eat all of it when I do make it. I'm going to have all of the recipes in the description box below in case you need to go back and check them. I want to say thank you so incredibly much for coming and watching today. I hope you got some dinner ideas, and again, don't forget, if you've got any suggestions or if you just want to let me know what your favorite fall meals are, please go ahead and make those suggestions in the comment section. I would love to hear from you guys. But I hope this gave you some ideas for your meals this week, and I appreciate you guys for coming and watching, but I will see you in the next one.
So comfortable, and no one seems to hold me like you do. You're so wonderful, a star could never shine as bright as you.